Good afternoon, everybody in the building. Peace and love. Greetings. Yo. Peace, love, and light to the family. Peace, Lex. I see you. All right. Yeah, don't mind the hair. I got a lot of shit on my mind. You know, just getting some sunlight, letting the crown charge up, trying to get some downloads and whatnot. You know, I'm talking about the cosmos is talking. You know, we got alignments that are coming up. Oh, wow, your hair looks like mine. Yeah. I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I forgot to do that. You know, my shit be ringing. First and foremost, happy summer to everybody out there. We have made it into the summer seasons and whatnot. I thought it was summer, like all the way back in May and shit. King Simon was good. How is this Atlanta sun working for you? You feel good? Huh? Is it different than New York? We don't have, it's a different sun out here. This is a different sun out here. This shit hit differently and whatnot. You feel me? But, you know, summertime is a wonderful season for us sun beings and whatnot. I'm going to utilize this stream to tell y'all about things that are coming up. We have a lot of stuff that is coming up, right? You know, as promised, we told y'all that we're going to be very busy this season and whatnot. And we are staying true to that. You know what I mean? We are definitely active. You know what I'm talking about? We are definitely active. You know, yeah, that's a bar right there. That and whatnot. House of Tunes, peace to the God. House of Tunes, peace to the God. Yes, I want to start this live by sending some prayers. We want to send energy out to yet another rapper who has been, I don't know if he's alive. I don't know if he has lost his life, but little TJ, you know, he got shot. And the last thing that I saw is the brother was being in emergency. There was an emergency surgery on him. You feel me? And I like little TJ. You feel me? I like little TJ. I think he's very talented as an artist. My son put me on to him. And he has a very he has a good energy, you know what I'm saying? Good city, good kid, mad city. You know, I'm going to New York City tomorrow to do something with Rashid. You know what I mean? Yeah, they need to stop the Lil and the Young. We said that years ago. We talked about that like a decade ago in the lecture, the Black Blueprint 322. And we were like, look, when all of the rap, because you know, you can't be the king of your city and you got Little in your name. Like you know, I think that the little shit has a resonance to it. But, you know, how could we necessarily blame them when all of the bigs died? You know what I mean? Big Pun, Big L, Big Baby Jesus, Big Papa. You know, the era of the bigs, they all died. You know, they all died, you know? So it's like after that, you had Lil Boozy, Young Jeezy, you know, all of the young started coming in and whatnot. And there's no disrespect towards anybody whatsoever, but you know, that shit is tied into the mind. You know what I mean? Like somebody calling you young this, young that. How you gonna think about generational wealth? How you gonna be thinking about breaking the spells? How you gonna be advanced and you got shit like young and little attached to you? You know, you're gonna be doing little and young shit. You're gonna be talking about selling bricks when you're not selling it. You know what I mean? You're gonna be talking about being a trapper when you're really mad articulate. Yo, nigga, while I was watching EYL last night and I was watching Bun B, how many people saw the Bun B interview? This nigga smarter than me, bro. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga smarter than me, bro. I'm watching EYL and Bun B. His vocabulary, this shit is advanced, my nigga. Like he was saying words that I was like, yo, Alexa, what the fuck is you know, yo, Bun B could teach me, fam. Real talk. And Pimp C is smarter, according to Hip Hop DX. He's mad educated, and I love it. But this is my thing, right? No offense, cause shout out to Bun B, shout out to Big Teach, one of my day ones. That's the big homie and whatnot. And I remember meeting Bun B briefly. It wasn't like we broke bread or nothing, but this was going all the way back to 2004 at a BMF video shoot in Miami, and he was running with Big Meech and them, and that's when Bun B was kind of like, you know, his street reputation preceded him. You know what I mean? It preceded him. Have I heard about Little TJ? Yeah. I just spoke about Little TJ, and I'm asking the family that's on the live to send Little TJ some energy, right? Because I promise you, I'm not one of those weird niggas on the internet, you know what I'm saying, who be wishing a downfall on teenagers. Like, no teenager never took my woman from me. You know what I mean? No teenager never robbed me or beat me over the head with a pistol. No young nigga never kicked down my door. You know, I don't have no aversion towards the youth. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no aversion towards the youth. I don't hold no animosity towards the younger generation. And I have a son who's 14. I love the youth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really there for the youth, and they be there for me too. What's going on with the football players dying young? You know what that is. You know what that is. A lot of that, they dying all around the world because they got the jab and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the culprits. I got love for the youth, and I didn't even have to have a son to have love for the youth. I respect the youth. You dig what I'm saying? I respect the youth, and the youth precede my generation. So if I were to shit on the youth, I'm shitting on myself vicariously, because we failed them. If they failed, then we failed them, because we the OGs. You know what I mean? They either trying to get away from us, they trying to rebel against the fuck shit that they seen us on. You know what I mean? I didn't see Spiderhead. I'm gonna check it out. They're rebelling against the fuck shit that they seen the adults on, or they're just blatantly telling us to kiss their ass. No, I will never shit on the youth. I don't care, because there's some super ignorant young niggas out there. Let's be clear. These niggas are taking knuckle dragger to another level. However, what I speak on, I stand on. So when I speak about the Blackamoor Messiah, I'ma stand on that. I'm not gonna fold and whatnot. You know, people of all ages need to be dealt with when they cross certain lines and whatnot. So we not even talking about those people. I'm speaking about the 98% of the other people who need support, right? They need to be educated. They need to be uplifted. They need somebody to help them with the next level in their lives. I just met one of my YGs, one of my young boys, right? Or young homies and whatnot. He just turned 30, right? Shout out to the God, you know what I mean? Kyrie. Kyrie, young God, you know what I mean? He's an artist and whatnot. He be dancing and shit. He's on his path. He's on his journey, right? And I've known him for about 2 years and whatnot. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I represented I was wearing this right here. This is part of his clothing line called New World, right? This is part of his clothing line called New World, right? So he's the younger generation. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm like, I represent for the creatives around me and shit like that. So I saw him at the Juneteenth celebration in Atlanta, right? And he was like, yeah, Red, I just turned 30. I'm like, wait, what? He was like, I just turned 30 and whatnot. Yesterday or the day before. I'm like, shit, and you managed to come outside? Nigga, when I turned 30, I was in the house for 2 weeks, right? In a sunken place, my nigga, going through it. You understand? I couldn't even come outside, nigga. I was watching, I had one of these things, like a spiel. Remember the DVDs when you put it on a spiel? I had a DVD with mad videos, you know what I mean? What do we have? Brazilian Greasy Butts, volume 1 to 10. We had all of the lectures, right? Mad Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett shit, you know what I mean? All of the legendary, like, cause back in those days, you just sit in the crib eating peanut butter sandwiches, smoking some Reggie and whatnot, and watch all of the lectures. And bootleg movies and shit like that, whatever was out at that time. This was like 2005. So I was going through a midlife crisis. You understand? I was running out of peanut butter. You feel me? I wasn't rich. I didn't have no children at that point. I didn't know what my life was like. You feel me? I'm in East New York. I'm in the projects, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to sleep to a fucking symphony of gunshots. And I'm like, what is my life like? So the fact that this nigga was able to come outside in 2 days, I'm like, you a legend. Nigga, you able to come outside and be at the nigga, you just turned 30 and you at Juneteenth and is lit, is what mad whizzes walking up to you and whatnot. The conscious community is out here looking like fucking super aliens and the Avengers. Niggas is looking like superheroes. I'm like, you have a clothing line. You linked up. You know what I'm talking about? You linked up with legends. You know what I mean? You linked up with the legends. Niggas know who you are. Life is great, fam. You know what I mean? Don't overlook that. Like, I wish at 30 I was getting the same type of love that certain people was getting in their fucking 18 and 19 and young 20s and whatnot. There's nothing to be depressed about, So when I heard that, I was like measuring where he's at in his 30s based off of where I was at in my 30s. And it's not a comparison to try to compare like who's better. It's a comparison to compare the growth and development of our community, right? We wasn't getting what y'all are getting when we were 18 and 20 and 25 and 30 and whatnot. We was not getting the same type of light that y'all are receiving. Y'all are getting downloads and y'all are being able to figure out the fucking cosmos. Y'all are tapping into your master student bag at a very young age. Y'all are getting to see the mistakes of some of your heroes or your herus or the teachers that you live vicariously through who gave you the red pill. It's understandable. Somebody woke me up, right? And I was like, I owe my quote unquote second phase of my transformation to this teacher because they were the ones who opened up my eyes to my greatness, right? Then some people live vicariously through these teachers. You know what I'm saying? right? Because even though this community has its flaws, right? Me and Blue and Rich had a conversation earlier, and consciousness is a brand. It's not a community per se. It is a brand. It is a brand that had a lot of quote unquote ups and downs. If the shit was a stock, it's a fluctuating stock. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, it had its quote unquote depression era. You feel me? It was in the toilet for a few months here and there, but it's a brand, and all brands go through what this shit has gone through, right? But as a result of it going through what it was going through, this brand is stronger now. You understand? This brand went through controversies. It went through all kind of shit. But this brand self-corrects itself. This brand is attached. The board, right? This behind the brand would be the ancestors. If you were to ask me, I might be wrong. But I would say that our ancestors that are right here in the quantum realm, they're still with us. The Dr. Sabis of the world, the Dr. Africas of the world, the Dr. Bens of the world, I would say that they are still with us. I would say that their spirits are still with us and is helping to guide things. People are getting exposed. People are getting the fucking, they're showing you that the emperor has no clothes and whatnot. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. You know, that's coming from a higher principality. That's something that's more divine than a regular person just saying, oh, this person is on this type of time. This nigga is really like this behind closed doors. Well, the ancestors are showing you who's who. And after they showed you who's who, it's really on you. So once you get jerked 18 times by the same person, you can't come to Red Pill and blame and be like, oh, you, you were shown what you needed to see. You know what I mean? You were shown what you needed to see. You might have detachment issues. You're not able to detach yourself from some of these teachers and whatnot. You might not be able to turn off the fucking video or unsubscribe and keep it moving and whatnot. You might think that that's the last show in town, and that's not what it is, because there's going to be a continuum of teachers. It's not finna stop with Red Pill. I could hang up my afro today. I could hang up my hat, cut my fro off, go bald headed, and go to a mountain somewhere and just get my meditation on and bring my Brazilian greasy butt volume 1 to 10. Now I'm just playing. But I could just go into hermit mode. You know what I mean? This shit is going to continue. You know what I'm talking about? It don't need me in order to continue. It's really still moving on its own fruition. Okay, little Kiki from Portland or little Kiki from Texas? Be clear about what little Kiki you talking about, because people don't know little Kiki from Portland. You know what I mean? They ruined you. I mean, get your life back. You know what I mean? You bounce back, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Bounce back. You know, because some men got ruined by real life human being women instead of just porn and whatnot. Some niggas got washed up by real women. So at least you could bounce back. Those are that's virtual, my nigga. That's virtual thottery. You could get back from that. Go to the gym and go grounding. Go walk in the dirt, my nigga. Do some push-ups. Drink some watermelon juice, and you'll be back in no time. Eat the seeds too. Eat the seeds. You know what I mean? And work on your glutes, and you'll be back. You know what I mean? Don't let it take you down. You know? Don't let it take you down. You'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right. Just don't start watching tranny porn and granny porn. You'll be okay, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But, yeah, no fat. Yeah, that part. Yeah, virtual thottery. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. They finna trap you niggas in the metaverse if you don't get off of that one right there. You know, break the curse. Break the spell. Do we really care about these rapper problems? If a nigga lose his car If a nigga lose, if he get his chain snatched, I mean, that's none of my business. But if somebody gets shot 7 times, you know what I mean? Once again, I'm red pill. I'm in the trenches, my nigga. There's red pill and there's blue pill. There's a difference between the pills. You know, I hold a certain space, right? Based off of the contract that I signed to do the work that I'm doing. I'm here for the fucking trenches, my nigga. That's who I hold space for that. You know what I mean? Along with some other things. I'm the root chakra. I'm the fucking sacral chakra. I'm the dirt. I'm there for the mud, my nigga. So no, I can't turn my back on the messianic ones. I just told you earlier, I'm not built like that. I don't wish harm on nobody. So some of these rappers, there's rappers dying every day. There's rappers dying every day. I'm not going to finna get on live and talk about everybody. However, for some of the ones that stand out to me, that resonate with me, I'm not that bougie where I won't say their name and give them some energy. Because once again, I don't wish death on them. You know what I'm talking about? I don't wish death on them. If you want to start talking greasy about who needs to go to the chopping blocks, it's really not people that look like us. You know, if there was a line, if there was a fucking, if there was like a list of people that look like me and you, they a little bit lower on the list. There's some ops that I would want to take their fucking wig off before I decide to deal with niggas that look like us. You know what I mean? Will I be? Yeah, I filmed for Earn Your Leisure High Level Conversations last what was it? It was exactly a week ago to today. You know what I mean? Me and Key sat down and we had a high level conversation. And it wasn't as metaphysic as Blue Pill because, like I said, that's his space. I'm not trying to compete with my brother. My brother gave me the red pill. He's the one that woke me up. That's my master teacher. So, you know, he did his thing and I did what I do. I did my thing. So, yeah, that'll be out if they don't can it. You know what I mean? Because keep in mind, that's a woke platform. And we're bringing consciousness to a woke platform. We basically invaded a woke that's a woke platform. It's not a conscious platform. But Keys was able to bring a conscious platform to a woke channel. And that's how you disrupt this shit. He has disrupted a lot of things with high level conversation. Shout out to him and his team and, you know, the production, everything that they bring into the table. That's the level up for the conscious community right there. You know what I mean? I'll go on record saying that. And if anybody has been following consciousness throughout the years, consciousness has always been about production. We went from grainy ass VHS tapes, black and white. Then we went into DVDs. The shit got clearer. Then we was using flip cams that you could have in your pocket and whatnot. Then it went to the Canons and whatnot. Now that shit is in 4K, 8K. You understand? And it's going to go virtual after that. You feel me? Because that's how we, you know, if the information is not on that level to where this shit look like a movie, it's not going to reach the people that it needs to reach. So it's reaching the people because the quality of it has leveled up and is basically industry standard, right? It's basically industry standard, right? But Sinetta brought level up to the game when he was doing what he was doing on 125th Street. If you really think about it, Sinetta leveled up the conscious community visually, right? Visually. I'm not talking about the energy. I'm talking about first and foremost the visuals. When you were seeing us in Harlem having these builds and whatnot where people was walking by and we standing out there 100 deep. And even when you had the lectures and the debates and everything and all that was an upgrade to what that shit looked like 10 years before. Right? So I give credit to where credit is due. You know? It don't take nothing away from me. I give credit to where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? You know. You've been here with since the beta days, since the VHS, right? Yeah. Shout out to all of the OGs. You feel me? Yeah. The 125th Street stand was YouTube before YouTube. He had this nigga had a library. You understand? This shit was really like the library. If you did never see it, if you never went to New York and you experienced the setup, right? Because shout out to Rich. Rich was locking down Brooklyn. He had 5 racks. I'm talking about this must have been 500 titles of everybody. You know what I mean? Niggas had, who saw the Netflix documentary, The Last Blockbuster? These niggas had Blockbuster. They was the last blockbuster of consciousness for a little while before YouTube took over and whatnot, or the streaming platforms. You see how the disruption takes place and things are forced to level up, right? So, you know, that shit was a sight to behold. It was a sight to behold. People came from around the world, literally. Maybe one day we'll be able to tell this story as a documentary. People literally came off of planes bro, I seen niggas throw 3 bands at Sonetta for DVDs. 3 bands, all in cash. This was no Cash App. Niggas had fucking Louis pouches with bands in it just to get their favorite lecturers. This shit was an industry. It was an industry, real talk. So to see where it has gotten to is a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful sight. You know. This deserves to be documentary formatted or a movie. I agree with you. It can't be a 2-hour movie either. It needs to be one of those Netflix series. This shit has seasons in it. It's a lot to be told. Because I promise you, how's Bobby Hemmett? Bobby is good. You feel me? Bobby is good. Bobby is amongst family and loved ones. You feel me? Bobby is good. Bobby has done his work. You feel me? Bobby has done his work. He's done his community service. That's what people don't understand. This shit right here is community service. You understand? It is really a contract. When you really, if you're in it, it's hard to see from the outside looking in. But if you're in this shit, if you're in the ship, right? If you're in it and you go through the trials and the tribulations of what this thing really incurs, because it's not all peachy and cream. I promise you, it's not all peachy and cream. And it's not all lovey-dovey either. This shit is warfare on higher levels. Niggas putting hexes on you. You feel me? All of the backbiting. I mean, it's crazy, bro. You have no idea. You have no idea. These some sophisticated savages at work in this shit. You have no idea. And I'm not going to even waste my time trying to give you an idea. Just take my word for it. You know I don't just talk to talk. You know what I mean? But I would rather be here than to be anywhere else. You understand? I don't want to be a drill. I don't want to be taking care. I don't want to be riding with the drill rappers. I don't want to be chilling with the rappers. I did that. That shit is kind of like limited. Them niggas have a ceiling on their lives. You understand? They're still living in Biggie Smalls' dreams. Money, hoes, bankrolls, and clothes. That's why when I heard Bun B talking, I'm like, what the fuck? And I spoke about this on my interview with High Level Conversations. Smart niggas acting dumb to appease dumb niggas. And we need to get off of that. I broke out of that spell, and it wasn't easy, my niggas. It wasn't easy at all. Smart people dumbing themselves down to appease knuckle draggers. That is a curse that black people need to break the fuck out of, because I promise you, you look like a goofy, right? in the eyes of those who can see you, who could truly see you for what you really bring to the table. Like, my thing is this. I want to hear Bun B's intellect on wax. I want to hear I'm talking when I say that this man is an intellect, I'm not just saying it to the way that he was articulating his shit. The way you know how some niggas got to think before they say a big word? He was just breezing through shit. Like, his thought process is impressive to me. I'm like, damn, I'm listening to this nigga all of my life, and I did not know. I'm thinking that I didn't know he had a type of mind like that. I promise you. I would have been trying to sit down with him. I would have went all the way to Texas to have a meeting with Bun B if I knew that this nigga was sharp like that. So it's like, how we got all of these rappers, their intellects, these niggas are, the majority of them are gifted. They're artists, right? 60% of the rap artists originally start out as cartoon artists, painters, designers. These niggas are multi-talented, right? Some of them are polyglots, right? Some of them soak up information and they're able to retain information the same way that they're able to retain their lyrics and whatnot. But when you rhyme, you say his rhymes were genius. Oh, okay. Okay. You know? I guess I got to go through the Bun B catalog. Scarface, right? Brad fucking Jordan. Scarface out of Houston. He's another one, intellect. But I only know Mr. Scarface. The lyrics are put together nicely, right? But I'm like, my nigga, you're not letting your intellect shine on wax. And we not saying lyrical miracle and whatnot, but my nigga, my ninja, my naga, we deserve, right? We deserve to be, quote unquote, inundated with your consciousness. You are too smart to just be stuck in this fucking genre, bro. Right? Yeah. How is it that a Kendrick exists in this world? How is it that a Kendrick Lamar exists in the industry? A J. Cole, but I would go more with a Kendrick. So you mean to tell me all of you smart niggas that are acting dumb to sell albums and whatnot, you mean to tell me that you're not inspired by the poetry of a Kendrick Lamar? That you're not inspired by the intellect of woke niggas or the conscious rappers? Come on, man. Even with all of the shit that we've been going through as a people, y'all don't want to be intellectual in public? I don't get it, yo. I really don't. And I'm like, are you trapped in a box that you created for yourself as a gangster rapper to whereas you can't even be smart on wax? But you mad smart when you being interviewed and whatnot? That shit baffles me, my G. It baffles me. Kendrick Lamar read a lot of books. Yo, all of them read a lot of books. You be surprised. These niggas are very intellectual. Big time. And the wordplay aspect is one thing, but we need them to shine their lights more because remember, 2 Chainz, niggas are intellect. He's intellectual. That's the Tupac curse. You know what I'm saying? That's the Tupac curse. Because he was one, what up, right, Just? It's the Tupac curse because those rappers are, they basically based off of the Tupac strain, right? Tupac was a fucking intellect. He was a thespian, dumbing himself down to appeal to what? To appeal to the red chakra, to appeal to the sacral chakra. Remember, there's more people in the world that function from their lower chakra, from their red chakra, than there are that function from their indigo or their higher chakras and whatnot. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to just appeal to the majority because I'm going for not quality of membership. I'm going for quantity of membership. So I know murder, death, kill is a lower chakra frequency. You know what I mean? I know pop that pussy and sell that pussy. You know what I mean? You know, I know that shit resonates over a trap beat and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that. That's the Pac curse. Because Pac was a victim of that box that he was put in post quote unquote juice when he was bishop and whatnot, and he couldn't get out of that box, right? That's why he made the album Machiavelli right before he died, thankfully, just to kind of showcase and to shine a little bit of light on his socio-political self and whatnot. You got to let every part of you breathe. That's my theory. You know what I mean? If you a thought, my nigga, you need to make thought music. But you could be a thottis, you know what I'm saying? Which is a thought and a goddess, right? And if you're balanced, if you put out a project and it's heavily and it's well balanced, niggas will praise you. You know what I'm talking about? Because you got to let every part of you breathe. You feel me? You got to let every part. Don't suppress the thought side of you. You know what I mean? Try to come amongst us on some old, you know, namaste. Yeah. And you know, there's sex tapes out on you. You know what I'm talking about? Let her breathe. You know what I'm talking about? I want to hear what she got to say. You know what I'm talking about? How does she put words together? You know what I mean? And nobody is going to judge you. Nobody is going to judge you. You know? Nobody is going to judge you. We'll feel more comfortable with that aspect of you than if you out here, you know, faking the funk, right, Has? If you out here hummer stunting and selling us a dream in head wraps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at Biggie Small. Biggie Small was a fucking intellect and a jazz musician, right? His mama didn't know that he rapped. His mama wasn't aware that he was a fucking a crack dealer, and she wasn't that aware that he was a rapper like that. She wasn't really familiar with that. But I understand because that's first generation Jamaican. She's that old school Jamaican. I grew up in Flatbush, so I know how that is. You know what I mean? They wasn't with none of that. They wasn't co-signing none of that shit. They're about education and, you know, assimilation and whatnot. So I get that part. However, I don't know too many big willies that live at home with their mama, first of all. And I don't know too many fucking kingpins and whatnot where their mama don't know that they a kingpin. You know what I'm talking about? So he was in his fantasy bag. You know what I'm talking about? He was in his bag as an artist and whatnot. He was letting that part of himself, you know, breathe and whatnot because, you know, people probably called him Fat Chris and they talked down on him throughout his life and whatnot. So, you know, he developed a persona and he let his persona speak on wax. And that's when you got the Notorious B.I.G. And his mother is a teacher, correct? Like how Valletta is a teacher the same way that Donda was. Now, here you have a Kanye West on the other hand, right? Let's compare. Let's do comparisons. If you watch the Genius documentary, you could judge all you want. This man was like, I'm not dumbing myself down around you niggas. I'm in the Rockefeller building. Y'all on y'all Beanie Siegel state property shit. You niggas got your pants hanging down. I'm up in this bitch with the pink polo and the Louis bag on. And I'm not dumbing myself down to appease Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and the rest of you niggas on knuckle dragger time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shine my light. 10 years later, these niggas is trying to be like Kanye West. No offense to what Dame Dash is out here doing, but he wasn't doing that when he was with Aaliyah. He wasn't doing that when he was pouring fucking Cristal on women. He wasn't doing that when he was running the label and whatnot. He got on his, I want to be, you know, a motivational speaker, and I want to speak against the culture vultures post the quote unquote post the disruption of what Kanye West brought to Rockefeller. Jay-Z did not want to talk about, I want to get into spirituality, I want to drink gold water, and I want to be on some woke, I want to be the woke president, until he saw what the fuck Kanye West came to do and whatnot. That's a fact. Some of y'all are mad young and whatnot, and I'm not judging you. You know what I mean? You probably wasn't there. You only looking through the lens of what VH1 and MTV be putting out. But I was right there, and I still have my memory intact, my niggas. I remember that shit. That nigga was going against the big grain. You know what I'm talking about? He came up in that bitch, and he is a disruptor. He disrupted the whole frequency of the label to the fact the label died. Death of a dynasty. The label died, my nigga. Rockefeller couldn't even stand anymore. And Jay-Z was like, fuck that. I'm cleaning up my act. I'm taking Rihanna, Kanye West, and Jay Electronica, and I'm starting my own shit. Why didn't he take the rest of the knuckle draggers? Huh? If these niggas was profitable, and why didn't he take the rest of these knuckle dragger niggas? And then he immediately started to change his motherfucking rhyming, the shit that he was rhyming about. He immediately began to switch up his whole repertoire after he, quote unquote, opened up his new label and whatnot, Rock Nation. He wasn't on that crack selling shit like that anymore. Okay? He wasn't on that crack selling shit like that. He killed Jay-Z in the video. Remember 99 Problems, where he basically killed Jay-Z? You remember the song, Jay-Z is dead? It's been a murder. Oh yeah. Ring, Oh yeah. Ring, ring, ring. There's been a murder. He killed Jay-Z for Sean Carter and got on his bullshit. And then he had his whiz, Beyonce, and he cleaned her up too. Or do you think it's vice versa? You think she cleaned him up? You think she came out of Texas and whatnot, right off of Destiny Child and cleaned him up? You think she got him right? You think all of that was her and Solange? Or vice versa? Who cleaned who up? Who cleaned who up? Yeah, you don't remember that one. And that's cool. That's why I'm here. When he was with Jazzo, he was on his conscious shit. That's what we call a full cycle, right? He came in on some Dr. York Jazzo shit. Then he went into Jigga Time. Then he got on his Jay-Z Hova shit, right? And then he went back to his original after he got his quote unquote reputation up, after he got his quote unquote money up. He went back to his woke shit because that's the biggest woke rapper in the game right now. Y'all might not realize it. I didn't say conscious. He's the biggest woke rapper. That's the big homie of all of wokeness right now. Facts. That nigga will have a smoothie with you if he pulled up to you. And if you have a meeting with Jay-Z, bring your gold water and expect to drink a smoothie, nigga. And sit in your namaste, nigga. You need to sit in the lotus position when you're talking to him. This nigga is the king of woke niggas. You know? You saying that Beyonce cleaned him up? I don't know. I mean, that's possible because, you know, the queen is definitely the one to clean up the king. But this stems from the impact of genius, right? Coming to that label and not folding, right? Not tucking his genius, not tucking away who the fuck his mother prepared him to be, and just basically getting out there and standing on his square. This is Kanye West, right? And as a result of that, he influenced many other people around him. And I'll say all of that to say that that's the way to go. If you are if you are on a certain type of wave and frequency, you don't have to apologize for being on that frequency. You don't got to apologize for being on that wave. You don't have to dim your lights around these dark niggas. You don't have to quote unquote, clip your wings. No, what you should do is you should fly away from them fucking caterpillars if you're in your butterfly phase, because pigeons and eagles don't fly together. Stop putting yourself around people who are not on your frequency. Even if you got to be a lone wolf, Even if you got to hold it down by yourself until you find your motherfucking significant other, my nigga, stop placing yourself around these fucking demons, because they're going to do nothing but destroy you. They're not, they, you know how the Midas touch turns everything to gold? Their Midas touch turns you niggas into rust. You know what I'm talking about? Their Midas, if these niggas put their hands on you, you're going to turn into rust. You understand? They're going to take away your light. They're going to take away your energy. These are energy vampires, and it's real. And that's what the streets represent right now. That's what the fucking death culture represents right now. Even if you are amongst brothers who you see the messianic force in them in right now, you got to get you right and become a magnet and magnetize and pull these niggas out of the shallow graves that they're in. Pull them out the trenches. Pull them out the bando. Pull them out the graves. Pull them out the fucking prison cells and whatnot. But you got to raise your magnetic frequencies in order to pull these niggas. But if you are wasting your time and your energy and you not working on you and you trying to save niggas, like you would sit here with a fucking cape, my nigga. None of you niggas was born with capes. I've been in a lot of births, man. I've been inside of the delivery room a few times. Nobody is coming out wrapped up in capes and whatnot. You niggas don't have capes. You're not saviors. What up, America? You're messiahs. It's a difference between a messiah and a savior. You might be a messiah, but you're not a savior. So leave that to fucking Clark Kent, my nigga. And get you together. Get you right. Because everybody is watching you. They're waiting for you to fall. They're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to come back and ask them for a quarter water. That's what they're waiting for. So they could be like, I told you this nigga was fake the whole time. Got him. And then they proceed to eat on you the same way that they did to Aaliyah in that movie, Queen of the Damned. Remember that scene when they began to suck on her, the succubus, and they ate on her until they destroyed her? That's what I see going on out here. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people. It's not a lot of people, but I've seen people burnt out in this community. I've seen people who try to run away from this community. Oh, I'm running away from the farm, Master. I can't take no more. I'm going into society. And they come back looking battered and tattered and bruised and whatnot. Niggas is looking mad dusty. I seen a few of them at Centennial Park. I was like, yo, go over there to the sprinklers. Right over there by the bouncy gyms, nigga. Get you some water. Because y'all niggas is looking thirsty and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? That the ashiness stays on you. You know what I mean? When you fuck down. You know what I'm talking about? When you fuck down. When you let somebody of a lower frequency get the best of you. Right? When you let somebody of the lower frequency into your sacred space and whatnot. You start getting real dusty and your lights turn down. You know, you can't escape it. For those who can see, you see the dustiness on these niggas. You be like, God damn, how you went from classy back to ashy? It don't make no sense. And it's because you're surrounding yourself with dusty people. Yeah, Becky's too. You're surrounding yourself with dusty people. You're in a dusty circle. And you don't even realize it. And these motherfuckers is eating off of your light. They're feasting on you like they were feasting on Akasha. If you don't realize what's going on all around you, take a moment, right? And remove yourself from the scene and then see where the scene is going, right? That's a great way to gauge if you're the battery that's powering the whole operation. Remove yourself for a month. And then see how much progress these niggas are making. I promise you it won't be none. Okay? It won't be none. Remove yourself. Be like, you know what? I'm going to tap out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to remove myself. I'm going to just stay amongst, I'm going to stay inside or whatever. I'm going to just remove myself. I'm going to go missing. And just see if the progression continues. It's not going to continue because they were progressing off of your energy. You know? They were progressing off of your energy. You the battery. And you're not getting paid for that shit. You're not getting you're not benefiting off of people feeding off of you. You're just getting depleted and whatnot. They're feeding off of you and they're depleting you. It's a lot of that going on. You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of that going on. What if you turn into a loner? My friends were all degenerates because they were doing degenerate shit. You become a loner and you're not dealing with your shadow self, and your shadow self starts self-sabotaging you. Become a loner and work on yourself. Become a loner and get into your craft. Become a loner and tighten up whatever skill set that you have. Think about this. Let's have this conversation, right? This is leading into some shit that I got coming up. We are in a recession, right? And it might go into a depression. If you watch TV, you're in a depression. If you watch the news and you pay attention and you still listening to what MSNBC and CNN was, the same people that's trying to kill you for 2 years, the same people that was steering you into the fucking Auschwitz, right? To get jabbed up and get poison put in your body and whatnot. Now, if you listen to them now and you allow them to be like, oh, the economy, this, the food shortage, that we're running out of pork chops, and you internalize that shit. Oh, there's a shortage on dairy. Nigga, so? What the fuck? Like, what does that got to do with me? I'm like this. Hooray, nigga. The ancestors are working diligently. They out here knocking cows down diligently. Niggas is like, do you know what happened to the cattle? 10,000 cattle died. I'm like, they got to go. I don't eat them. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They had to go. I drive by roadkill every day and I don't feel no kind of way. There's some vultures right up the block right now tearing the deer up. Yeah, right on the side of the road. And it is what it is. It's the cycle of life. You know what I mean? That's for the vultures. I'm not a vulture. Now, if there was some watermelons on the side of the road, I feel a kind of way. You know what I'm talking about? I take that personal. But that don't got nothing to do with me, because I'm not out here eating chickens, and they're not sacred to me. Cows and chickens, I'm not from India, nigga. They're not sacred to the red pill. The vultures got to eat too. You know what I mean? And so do the worms. You know what I mean? So do the worms. So it's a natural cycle taking place. I don't feel no kind of way about it. They talking about all of these shortages. Who cares? Is there a shortage of air, my nigga? Is there a shortage of sea moss? That's when I start to panic, nigga. Oh my goodness. They running out of conscious Crispus. Oh Lord, what are we gonna do? Call an emergency meeting. You know what I'm talking about? There's a shortage of kale. You know what I mean? But until then, don't even let that shit bother you. However, the landscape is changing, right? The landscape is changing. And as a result of the landscape changing, you too might have to change with the landscape, because we live in Zion in our minds and in our hearts, but we function in the matrix, right? So if you function in the matrix, and the way that you pay your bills and the way that you eat is by functioning in the matrix, I'm here to let you know it would serve you only right this summer to tighten up whatever your skill set is, right? If you have a business, it will only benefit you if you were to step that shit up a few notches in this quote unquote cycle that we're in. If you do like computer programming, I would suggest that you get another certificate. I would say get more certified. If you do, if you're a therapist or a if you do shit like that, I would say read more books, tighten that shit up. If you could get more certifications, go ahead and do it. Overqualify yourself, right? Overqualify yourself, because where we're headed, people are not going to they're going to be very picky and very choosy, and they're going for the cream of the crop. If they're going to throw bread at something, it's going to be something that they need. It's going to be, if they're going for a service, they're going to weigh out your service with other people's service and whatnot, and they're going to choose either the most affordable one, or they're going to choose the one that's the more qualified. Okay? If you have a tribe, y'all, at this point in life, y'all niggas need to start taking oaths and whatnot. Maybe not a blood oath, but you niggas need to go somewhere either on a mountain somewhere or on an Indian trail, or just link up in the crib and whatnot and take an oath that you are going to hold each other down. Okay? Motherfuckers be running around blowing bread and spending money with people that they don't know, that don't even like you and whatnot. When your homie or your home girl and whatnot, they selling bundles. Why you don't get it from them? You know what I'm talking about? They got shea butter. Why you don't get it from them? You feel me? They selling t-shirts and whatnot. Why you don't just get it from them? You know what I mean? We got to begin to support each other and tighten up our circles and shit like that, and really depend on each other, because at the end of the day, if you got to depend on society who has an aversion towards you as it is because you're not one of them and because you have the audacity to be different, they're going to make you suffer. They gonna, oh, did you get you? They gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, wasn't you the person that didn't get the jab? You're unvaxxed. No, we're not gonna support you. You know what I'm talking about? I think everybody that didn't get the jab should just come together and support each. We should build our own economy. You know what I mean? Because we're the anomalies. We're our own tribe right now. Real talk. Y'all forgot about that part. You know what I mean? Niggas forgot about the fact that they was excommunicated from their families and disowned and shit because you want to put that poison in you. Right? Because the programming is so excellent that these motherfuckers are programming us to a higher level, to such a high level that they'll have you forget about that. Niggas done forgot about that shit. You want to talking about, oh, there might be a race war. A race war? What's a race? Nigga, when you talk about the marathon, Nipsey said, keep running. Race war? With who? Really? That part? How many years you niggas been saying that? Real talk. It's been a race war since fucking, you know what I mean? You niggas been talking about race wars since you was born. Cut that out. Cut that out. There is no race war, nigga. And it won't never be one. Focus on what you need to focus on. So I was on YouTube and I did a survey, and the people was like, yo, because I was like, you know, I want to bring back the stream chasers and I want to help my people. I want to help my network. I want to assist my tribe with ways to get different income streams. This is not a get rich quick scheme, my nigga, because there's no way to get rich quick. You know what I mean? There's no way to get rich quick. You know what I'm talking about? But there's ways to open up income streams. And if you have multiple income streams, then you won't be out here on thirsty time. So the people resoundingly was like, yes, bring that back, Brother Red. You know, last year I gave them 100 income streams. I did a workshop where I gave 100 income streams out. People benefited off of that. You feel me? So this time around, I'm doing 44 income streams because you niggas don't need 100. You need 44 solid income streams. Shit that you can do. You can't do all of them though. Don't burn yourself out. You know, my thing is get at least 4 to 10. And I'm doing income streams where you could put your children on. Do you know that your children could get paid for playing video games? Pay to play? Do you know that? Do you know that they could be paid just for playing video games? If that's what they do you know that your children in Atlanta, right? Atlanta has esports. Do you know you could get a scholarship for playing video games to go into college? Do you know that there's people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars in Atlanta playing video games? They have whole crews and whatnot. You niggas, and the children is in here playing Roblox, motherfucking Fortnite. My nigga, my son sent me a text at 5 a.m. talking about Happy Father's Day. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing awake? But I had to remember when I used to play Nintendo. You know what I mean? I used to play it with my dad. My father would play video games with us to the break of dawn, till the fucking birds was out. So he's just carrying on tradition. You know what I mean? You know, whatever. But I'm telling him, I'm like, fam, you out here playing video games to the break of dawn. I know that your NBA 2K player has a 99 rating in it. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But you should be getting bags for this shit. If you're not going to create a video game, you're going to get paid for playing that shit. We're going to figure this shit the fuck out. Real talk. So there's a lot of ways to get to it right now. They're not going to tell you They're not going to have 44 ways to make money on NBC or CNBC. And if they do put it up there, it's going to be 44 ways to put your ass into bondage where you're going to be working for somebody, right? Where you're going to be somebody's fucking indentured servant. They're not going to teach you how to get to the bread on your own. They're not going to teach you how to look like and think like and walk like a boss. That's going to come from alternative media such as myself and others and whatnot. That's how you're going to get it. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to get it. You know. So we're bringing that back. That's going to be on June 30th on KTL University. It's going to be an online lecture and whatnot. And, you know, we're going to deliver. We're going to deliver the same way we've been delivering. Look, I did a lecture in March, right, with a good brother by the name of Kyrie out of Brazil. And what did I talk about? Because people be forgetting so fast. I talked about taking your money out of crypto and putting it into what? Precious metals. What's the only thing right now in this economy that's not suffering? Precious metals, right? If you had gold bars and whatnot, if you had silver coins and whatnot, if you had precious metals, you don't give a fuck about what the economy is doing. As a matter of fact, you would take that gold bar, you would sell it, and then you would buy all of that crypto that's at a fucking cheap price, right? Because that's how niggas get rich. They say that billionaires are made in bear markets. And that's just not a cliche-ish term. It's a fact. It is a fact, right? It's a super fact. If you have cash on hand at this point in life, right? In this quarter that we're in, if you have disposable income, this is the time to clean up. You could get stocks at a bare minimum. It's called a clearance sale, right? You could get your fucking crypto. You could buy all of that property in the digital real estate, right? And the minute that shit doubles, you could sell it. I'm not telling you niggas to hold on to nothing. If you want to flip that shit, go and do it. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm letting you know what the fuck I seen work for many people around me where they came up off of these bags and whatnot. So Bitcoin was in the toilet a few days ago. That bitch is back up already. How about that? It's on the way up. And so is Ethereum. You could have been flipped it. You could already flipped your shit. You know what I'm talking about? So I must know something, right? I must have some type of insight. If I knew, because even when I did the precious metals class, niggas was like, why are you talking about precious metals, Red Pill? Oh, man. What's that have to do with consciousness? Don't you know that the aliens are coming? You know, all of these spacely sprocket ass niggas who, like I said, I don't have an aversion to you spacely sprocket niggas that want to live in the clouds and whatnot, but I'm grounded. You understand? I'm grounded. You feel me? Y'all want to be eye level with the devil. You want to be on your spacely sprocket. You know what I mean? You just waiting for the Palladians to come and get you and whatnot. And that's no offense, because I listen to that information, right? And I'm into all of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? However, my mentality when it comes to shit like that is, where's the comic book? My mentality when it comes to shit like that is, where's the cartoon? Where's the toys at? Why are you not taking your $1 billion, $1 trillion mind and integrating it into the fantasy industry so our babies could play with those toys that you niggas be talking about? Peace, God. Right? Why are you not making t-shirts? You know what I'm talking about? Because we could utilize all of that information, but if it's not incorporated, right? The same, because that's what the European does. He goes and does the research. He'll read the motherfucking, he'll read all of the Sumerian texts, right? He'll read the shit that went down, and he's going to give you nigga Star Wars. He's going to give you Star Trek. He's going to create characters out of those stories, and he's going to make $1 billion off of it. Why are we not doing that part? You know what I'm talking about? Why are we not doing that part? It's good to have the information and to see things the way that you see them and get the downloads, but the ancestors is in starships. Like, why these niggas not making cartoons out of this? Where's the comic book? Where's the comic book? Where's the cartoon at? Where's the fucking toy collection? Why you not at Comic-Con going the fuck in, my nigga? You know what I'm talking about? Because that's how you monetize that shit that you got in your brain. There's ways to take this thing and make it work for you, right? And then you can afford to build a spaceship and go and meet your ancestors. You know what I mean? But you're not going to be able to do that if you're just getting these downloads and you're not monetizing it or turning it into anything and basically tweaking it. We're in Malkuth, my nigga. We're in the kingdom. We're in the dirt. We're in the trenches. We're on Earth. This is a prison planet. We're in a binary star system. There's other things that you know what I mean? We take the information and we turn it into something. That's how you change the algorithm. Where's the video games at? Where's the metaverse built around this shit? Because the children, you got to come to speak the language. They say speak the language of the people, right? So the last time I checked, the youth are speaking the language of Fortnite. The youth are speaking EA Sports. It's in the game. They speak in digital languages, right? If you want to meet them where they're at, you got to show up on a fucking 100-inch screen. And I'm not just talking about only on a YouTube video. You got to show up in polygons. You got to show up in pixels and whatnot. You got to show up as a fucking digital avatar of yourself. And that's when you capture their attention. You heard about the portal in New Zealand? Yeah, I'm drawing a comic on that. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And with the portal, I'll use the portal in New Zealand to show our 10-foot ancestors walking through the portal and killing everybody in New Zealand. You know what I mean? That's how I'll take real life shit and I'll incorporate it into the fantasy and I'll create a motherfucking comic out of that. You know what I mean? They come out of the portal in New Zealand and then they looking for the relatives of King Leopold because these are the ancient fucking Dogons who saw the atrocities take place. And then they got out the portal and then they went into the water and they swam all the way to fucking Belgium and they hopped out and they started bodying shit. How about that? I'm not giving away all of these ideas for free though. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you take real life events and you tweak it to your liking. Right? That's a level of magic, my niggas. That's a level of magic that we haven't basically tapped into. I don't know why, but we have master teachers and intellects amongst us that we should be like, yo, I want to give you $10,000 because you have source material. Do you know what source material is? Source material is what the video game developers use. Source material is what the people at Marvel use. Source material, there's books, right? There's books, right? Shout out to the Reiki temple and whatnot. I'm just using this as an example. There's books with all kind of explanations, like how H.P. Lovecraft created source material for the developers of horror movies. And what did they do? They went to H.P. Lovecraft because he created source material. Aleister Crowley, that's their source material, right? Nikola Tesla, source material. People take the shit that he did and what he wrote about and they create characters and storylines off of that. That's called source materials. So our master teachers, the Delbert Blairs, the Phil Valentines, the Bobby Hemmets, all of them have source material. And we not doing nothing with it. Why? I don't know. But some people are. Look at this. Right? This is what it looks like. Right? This is what it looks like. Right? The brother came when we went on the mountain and whatnot. And he blessed, he gave me, Blue and Rich, these books and whatnot. Right? Source material. Right? Source material. And he created a whole series. Right? This is how you put your information in a place where it's going to be protected. Because if you just out here throwing shit around, you're going to get shadow banned like I am. And you'll get blocked. They're going to block your blessings. Where can we find Bobby Hemmett videos? Occult Lectures is the channel. That's Panic's channel. I believe it's called Occult Lectures. And you could probably reach out to Brother Panic, and he has a whole library of those lectures. But they got they got a lot of Bobby on YouTube that they didn't take down. Look, this is a coloring book. Right? I'm making an appeal to my beautiful family out there. Y'all are too smart to not be able to think we need more of this. Why? Because every time I go to a festival, it's more children than it is adults. There's a lot of children out here being born. You niggas have been getting busy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of little ones that are being integrated into these communities and whatnot. There's a lot of young children. And when I'm on Netflix, my son is watching Coco Melon. There's a few black cartoons that we watch here and there, but he's watching fucking baby, what is it? Baby Beam. That's an Indian cartoon. And the Indians, they got every aspect. They wrote the damn thing. They colored it. There's nobody American behind Baby Beam. Coco Melon, I think that's from Canada or the UK. You know, why they doing them and we not doing us? I don't understand. That's the biggest market that you could get into, and that's the children right now. Yeah, he watches Ada Twist. He loves some Ada Twist, Coco Melon, Mighty Express. You know what I mean? And, I be watching them shits too. And I'm like, it's cute and everything because they have representation. There's melanated children in all of those cartoons that I just named. A lack of funding. Last time I checked, there's a whole movement of black financial people out here now. These niggas are hella woke. But they got there's a whole movement through EYL and other places of black millionaires, right? These niggas is riding around Lambo back to back to back to back. You don't have a lack of funding. You don't have a lack of funding. There's people out here that will fund you. You just have to put together the proper package and whatnot and send shorty with the sundress to have the meeting. That's what we need to be doing. There's not a lack of funding. It's women out here with 800 credit. And men. Niggas got their credit the fuck up with 12 Airbnbs. I don't want to hear about lack of funding. They can't buy all of the Louis bags. They got to put their money into something that's going to come back to them. So the name of the game is equity. If you offer equity, meaning if you go to somebody and say, I'll give you 5% or 10% of my company and whatnot, they're going to have a vested interest into helping you or to investing in you. It's called venture capitalism, right? VC, angel investor, lean investor. There's people out here that got the resources. We just have to put our packaging together and our elevator pitch, and we have to come amongst them and we got to pitch it to them. Real talk. Yeah, the only thing we lack is confidence because we looking at people that look like us, and even if they woke and whatnot, we like, oh yeah, I don't think that they'll be interested in what it is that How, Sway? You make them interested. You make them interested. You gotta build up the buzz, get your shit popping and whatnot. Build a whole movement from the ground up, a grassroots movement. And, a lot of people are quote unquote, they bandwagon. They'll jump on the bandwagon when they see the movement. When they see the movement, they'll jump on the bandwagon. We don't even got to go to no Europeans who are going to rip you off. It's not even at this point in the game. If you even question, well, maybe I'll be the one that got away. No, nigga. There's 18 terabytes of fucking content that I could show you of people who look like you that said the same thing and got super duper jerked by these people who be out here raping you records. No, I'm not going to them. I don't even want to feed their families. I don't want to send their fucking Beckys to college. You know what I'm talking about? I'm done with that. I don't want somebody email me about coming to have a meeting about a label. I'm like, label these nuts. I'm not sitting down with you. You know what I'm talking about? For what? I'm not sitting with you. I'm not sitting with you. I'll be lying. I'll do myself a disservice if I was to sit with anybody that don't look like me at this point in the game and try to accept some fucking peanuts from them so they could suck off of my talent. Hell no. Fuck out of here. You niggas is gonna be in the audience. You catching these vapors when I get on that stage. I'm gonna show you my ass to kiss. You're not gonna be a part of this movement. You know what I'm talking about? You're not gonna be a part of this one. You're not feeding off of me, fam. You niggas got too many people on Unsung, Where Are They Now, and all of these other fucking sad ass TV shows. These niggas be having their teeth missing and whatnot, talking about what Jewish people did to them. I'm not finna be one of those people. I'm not finna be one of those people. You know what I'm talking about? Hell to the no. You're not coming up off of me and mines. And then I pull up at the festivals once again with looking ashy, like some of you niggas is out here looking ashy because you letting these people suck off of you, or suck all of your light out of you and take all of your energy from you. You think you doing something. And you was better wearing burlap, mad broke and whatnot, drinking smoothies and whatnot. You was in a better place when you was just regular. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Alexander O'Neal. Can't find my sunshine. I'm tired of seeing that shit. It's disheartening. These are talented people, right? But they get us in our state of poverty. They get us when we thirsty. These niggas is out here telling you, you can't be famous and rich at the same time. Pick one. You know what I mean? And being famous, that don't pay the bills. Being famous put you on crack, nigga, and get you laid up with Becky's. You know what I mean? Being famous. Being famous. They still selling our people the idea of fame. And you seen Leroy dancing back in the days in the fame TV. No, I don't want the fame. Believe me, when you get to a certain level of popularity, that shit is a curse. I don't want to be recognized in Kroger, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be recognized at Target. I need to just go to Target, you know what I'm saying? And fucking, you know, and get some items and be left alone. That fame shit is a curse. But that's what they selling our people. They're not selling them the rich. They're not selling them the riches. They're not selling them the wealth. They're selling you, oh, we'll get you popping. We'll put your face on everything and sell it and give you 1 penny. You know what I mean? These niggas at the record label, they getting paid Shibu Inus. And they got the audacity. They was being paid cryptocurrency before there was a cryptocurrency. How you sell a $20 album and get 0.0001 cent? You niggas was getting paid Shibu Inu and XRP before cryptocurrency bombs. And had the nerve to come and stunt like y'all was really getting to the bag. And you was getting crypto before there was a crypto. There was no DeFi. The shit wasn't fluctuating. At least I could collect some crypto and have an opportunity or a chance for it to go to the moon. You niggas is collecting a fraction of a penny based off of your contracts and whatnot. And the album was $20. You was getting paid XRP. You was getting Dogecoins before Dogecoin. How about that? And you want me to sell my soul? I'm good. I'm super good. I'm so good. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather rub 2 fucking pennies together. I'd probably be in a better place than you niggas are. I'm Gucci. Geechee and, yeah, free YSL. The boys. You know? So, If we not off of that time, then I have nothing to say. You know what I mean? I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Yeah, niggas is definitely fungible in these streets. Niggas is real fungible. You know? Yeah, if they giving Eminem pennies on a dollar, what they doing to you? What you think they doing to you? So, before I forget, I want to let y'all know, brothers and sisters in New York City, y'all been asking when we gonna come back because y'all seen niggas on Stone Mountain, aka Crystal Mountain. You know how many phone calls I got from New York City? Niggas was low key tight, like, oh, you niggas abandoned us. Oh, I wish I was out there. Oh, when you coming back? All right. So this weekend, right? I'll be in New York City with A.A. Rashid, right? A.A. Rashid is doing a MasterClass, right? On the 24th and the 25th, right? And I'm going to be out there with the brother A.A., Kabbalah God, right? Is Hot 97 a legit station? Nigga, is Shrek green? Hell no, that shit ain't legit. Hot 97? Nigga, Hot 97 destroyed hip hop. You know what I'm talking about? So, I'm going to be in New York City with my good brother at his MasterClass. We're going to be live streaming the MasterClass, right? For anybody around the world that want to tap into the Kabbalah God, A.A. Rashid, and, you know, get some of that information. The name of his MasterClass is he's teaching you how to learn. Learn how to learn, right? I know somebody will hear that and be like, nigga, I know how to learn. Take it from me. I'm excited to go and learn how to learn because there's levels of learning. And I want to learn a higher level of how to learn because Google done fucked up the learning game. You know what I'm talking about? You know, just this new dumbed down, quote unquote, way of learning and the way of teaching. This shit has lowered. It's not, if you watch old videos, they was teaching from a whole nother standpoint. They were a lot more qualified and they were able to, you know, give you information, not like how the 1 minute TikTok videos are. No offense to the 1 minute TikTok. I'm in love with those 1 minute TikTok videos. I be reposting them. But I'm me personally, I'm going to be in the audience taking notes. You know what I mean? I'll be a guest at the thing. And, you know, I'm going to probably do an intro, but this is about AA. This is about the Kabbalah God, one of the master teachers, right? One of my master teachers, him along with Blue Pill. Those were the people who helped give me my red pill, right? You know, and then of course I have Dr. Sabi and then Valentine and all of them. But before we even put the VHS tape in the machine, those were my master teachers giving me this game. So we got that coming up this weekend, right? And then on the 30th, we have the quote unquote workshop that I'm going to be doing, Stream Chasers, the 44 ways to basically, you know, the 44 lessons on how to not get caught depression in a recession, right? 44 lessons to get you out of a recession. That's the Stream Chasers. That's also going to be coming up. That's live stream as well. It's going to be online, KTL University. The tickets are there. I want anybody that's interested in those events along with the other events, because I promise you, it'd be a lot of shit coming up. We're going to Jamaica in August, right? We're going to Jamaica in August, right? We ain't going to Kingston to go do the Pasa Pasa. If that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to jump off of some speakers onto some shorties and whatnot, that's not the trip that we're doing. We're doing a spiritual retreat for 8 days in Jamaica, right? Close to the Maroons, shit like that. We're going to be in the motherfucking, in the jungle, but it's nice. We're going to be at a nice spot. You know what I mean? It's more near Montego Bay than Kingston. So, and that's just some of the things. We got more things going on. We're doing a party in Atlanta. We're going to be doing a party in Atlanta, It's going to be like a lounge, no liquor, of course, 420 friendly. We're going to be playing music that we want to hear, right? From artists that we fuck with, not that lower frequency. Yeah, you'll get your obligatory twerk songs, but we're going to be playing God Hop that night. And it's going to be beautiful men and women in the building. And we're going to be turning the fuck up. And we're going to be enjoying life, right? We got to celebrate once in a while. So that's also on the menu, all right? So, summer is here. It's going to be lit. There's going to be a summer to remember. The album is going to be coming out during this summer, Red Summer 22. You know what I mean? We're just putting the finishing touches on it. I might even put a video out this week and whatnot called Red Dots. But if you want to know what's going on, if you want to be in tune, if you want to be in touch with the email list and the email blast and the text blast, text summer, right? Summer, SUMMER to 470-660-4706. If somebody could pin that in the chat, I'll appreciate you. 470-660-4706. And everything that I just told you about, I'll send to you in a text message so you can click on the link and you'll be able to find everything that you need and make, and pull up and be a part of what it is that we're doing. Thank you, OG Bam Bam. Is that the right number though? Let me see. No, 660-4706. Right? You got it right, Style Goddess. You get the prize. So text summer, right? So I know it's you. Text summer, okay? So I know it's you. And we'll send you the text and whatnot. You know what I mean? You don't got to text summertime, just text summer, and we got you. But once again, before I leave, we are sending out energy to the good brother, Lil TJ. Feel me? Bias equity. I can't bring you in at this moment. I'm talking about. What's good though? Talk black to me. What's up? What we gonna talk about? We sending the energy to the good brother because we don't want to lose the life. We don't want more of our people losing their lives, man. Like, the shit is not cool. The shit is not what's up. This is not how it's intended to be. We are losing we losing these soldiers and whatnot. And nah, that ain't it. That's not what we here to do. I'm not just gonna sit back. Yeah, he got shot up. Got shot like 6 times last night in New Jersey. He got sprayed up. So he's in emergency right now. Who is Lil TJ, an artist? Yeah, he's a drill rapper. You know what I mean? But he's talented. You feel me? He used to run with Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. So I'll be going into that climate in New York City this weekend. You know what I mean? I'm going into the city. And, I might even go on 125th Street and do one of those old school bills in the street. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody got to stand out there on these corners and start talking and say something. You know what I mean? Yeah, he ran with Smoke and A Boogie and them. Yeah. You said what's going on with these rappers? They at war. The rappers is at war. Yeah, he's not really a drill rapper, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? He's of that young crop. That's your nephew? Wow. Yeah, we sending love and light to your nephew, bro. You feel me? We sending love and light to your nephew. Yeah, there's a war going on outside, and yeah, he do be saying shit. Yeah, he's a melodic rapper and he do be saying shit. That's why I said, like, my son put me on to him and I'm like, I rock with him. I rocks with him. Let me bring this brother in. He on that song War. I want a war. What happened to gloves up, guns down? Nah, they not fighting. I don't know if you got the memo. Dudes is not shooting the 5. Like, niggas is not on Pacquiao time. Peace, King. I can't hear your audio. I can't hear your audio. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You gotta call back. My G look like he freestyling. We can't hear you. Oh Lord. Can you hear me? Yeah, he going in. Is he rapping or is he talking? He Are you rapping? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. No disrespect, King, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? You got to turn off the mute, but you got to unmute your phone. You got to unmute your phone. I can't hear you. Oh, Lord. He spit 100 bars just now. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. I needed to hear that freestyle. He was going in. He was going in. You know. What were you talking about, Brother Equity? Because you was going in. Can you write it in text? I'll repeat it. You was going in. You was nonstop with it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You was lit. And you was driving too. You multitasking. Somebody said Cassidy versus Freeway. That shit like a Kendrick video. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I gotta get out of here. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta get out of here. I got shit to do. I got meetings and whatnot. But once again, let's go back to the text and whatnot. Text the number 470 660. Okay, look at Comedic coming through with the save and whatnot. I see you. Yeah, shout out to Comedic in the building. 470-660-4706. I'm gonna have to get that shit tatted on my arm so I can remember it. You don't know how to unmute? Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. You know what I mean? Where's the best place to homestead? I would say probably in one of these places where they're building their communities, like Lake, what is that? Summersville Lake and the Hereafter Farms out here in the outskirts of Atlanta, where they're building their own communities. The lakes of Somerville, that would be a great place to homestead, I would say. Vic, what up, my brother? What's good with you, man? I'm ready to come to Ghana. I need you to holler at me. Real talk. I'm ready to come to Ghana. Yeah, Lakes of Somerville. They doing big things with Queen of Four and a few people in the community. Like, people is active, y'all. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm out here in Atlanta and they active. You know what I mean? People ain't just sitting around, like, they working. They not jerking. They active. They building. You know what I mean? They doing more building than they are destroying out here. You feel me? Don't tell nobody to move to Atlanta. I mean, we deep, but we not that deep. It's a lot of knuckle draggers out here. We need more conscious people in Atlanta. You don't think? I think that we could take a little bit more. We could take about 5,000 more. If you ask me, it's a lot of knuckle. This is a transient town, and this is a narco state. Atlanta's a narco state. It's a lot of shit going on out here, bro. So there's still an imbalance in Atlanta. Atlanta's packed full of New York. You damn right it is. There's still an imbalance out here. So we could use a little more balance, if you ask me. We don't need no more knuckleheads. We don't need no more criminals in Atlanta. We damn sure don't need no more strippers. You know what I'm talking about? They got enough of them. We don't need no more sex workers. We don't need no more fucking killers and D-boys. But we do need more families. And we do need more gods and goddesses. And we do need more creators and creatives. And we could use that. We could use that. Yeah. As you can see, and I don't need to say anything else, but something is moving these niggas out of the way. There's a force and energy that's cleaning up Atlanta ever since I got here. You know what I mean? If I'm lying, I'm flying. The frequency is raising back up. The violence is kind of off the chain, but it's changing, right? Because the only thing that's constant is change. The shit changing. Based off of how I felt when I first got here, I mean, I didn't say that the strippers weren't creative, but we got enough of them. Learn to do something with the strippers that you got already. I'm not talking down to nobody. I'm just saying there's enough killers out here. There's enough drug dealers. There's enough pill poppers. There's enough strippers. There's enough D-boys. We would be tipping the scale if one more of the motherfuckers came out here. But we would not be tipping the scale if conscious or, you could come out here woke and we'll turn you conscious. You know what I'm talking about? We won't be tipping the scale if those people came out here. Any advice for tribe chiefs? Yeah, I would tap into the sister Queen Yashonda. She'll be able to steer you in some good directions. She's out here doing the work and she's tribed up. Queen Yashonda. So yeah, man, with that being said, I'm out. You know what I mean? Third Eye Thursdays is tomorrow. I'm going to be on Black Magic 363 with AA Rashid tonight, God willingly. Black Magic 363, Father Rich channel on YouTube. We're going to be doing a class, a live stream about 9 o'clock, maybe 10 p.m. Eastern. What's the difference between woke and conscious? Huh. A huge difference. A huge difference. Woke is like, oh, black people, they come from Africa. Woke is, oh, the white man did this to us. Woke is, oh, did you ever hear of Dr. Sabi? Yeah, that's woke. You know, that's the majority of black people that are getting some type of inkling to their past. And what woke is, I'm mad at white people. Look at what they did to my people. Conscious is, I signed up for that contract. You know what I mean? Nobody is my enemy. Water has no enemy. You know what I mean? I'm not blaming anybody. It is what it is. We went through that pressure, bust pipes, and it makes diamonds. You know what I'm talking about? That's conscious. And then you even have subconscious is levels to this shit. You know, yeah, think about when you're woke. You woke, I woke this morning, I woke up, but I didn't get out the bed. I just woke staring at the ceiling and whatnot, getting some breakfast in bed, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, woke is the beginning phases. This is like a step pyramid. And no offense to anybody that considers themselves woke, but that's the beginning of the step pyramid. Woke is Black Lives Matter. You niggas that were marching and whatnot, talking about hands up, don't shoot. Yeah, you're woke. You know what I mean? You're woke. And your feminism and all of that, that's woke shit. That's woke-ish. You know what I mean? So you got to walk up Jacob's ladder. You got to walk up the step pyramid and shake that woke shit off and get out of that victimhood, get out of that mundane shit. Woke is, we gonna make it. Conscious is, nigga, we made it. It's just you know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Yo. Woke voted Biden in office. Woke is, Joe, we made it. That's woke. Woke is you niggas tucking your Timberlands like Kamala Harris. That's woke. You know what I'm saying? Woke is intersectional, right? Woke is trisectional. It's trisexual. You feel me? That's woke. Woke is sliding left on Tinder and calling a white man your fucking snow king and your zaddy and whatnot. That's that woke. With me, uh, can we all get along? And then you slide left on Tinder with your snow king, and you niggas is in going on trips and whatnot. You want to hide your snow king. Yeah, that's you and your wokeness. It's two different mind states. It's two different mind states. You know, I was woke once. You can't just jump into consciousness. You got to go through the fucking woke tunnel. You know what I mean? We all went through it before. I went through my angry phase. I went through my victimhood phase. I went through the fact that I was scared to go outside because I thought I was being followed by the men in black. You know what I mean? I thought I was an alien phase. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking Palladian. I was looking at white people. I'm like, oh my goodness, there are lizards coming for me. I went through all of that shit. You know? I went through all of that shit. Yeah, the brothers got snow queens too. I'm not judging. I'm not saying just the sisters and whatnot. Yeah, these niggas are out here with what's her name? Broomhildas from the mountains. Saw squash, barefoot white women. Yeah, I see you niggas. We see you without a drone. We see you. You know what I'm saying? Getting that tax money, tax stone. We see you. You know what I'm saying? We not judging, we smudging. You know? Hiding out in Tulum somewhere with your snow queen. You know what I'm talking about? Shellacking her down with suntan lotion. We see you. You know what I mean? We see you ancient Moors out there bringing back the Moorish movement. Bringing back the empire with your snow bunnies and chains and whatnot. You know what I mean? Trailer parks. But that's woke. You know what I'm saying? That's woke. you know? And then we get out of that, and then we get into our conscious self, you know? And then boom, we just evolve. You know what I mean? Everything is a growth process. It's great just watching people grow. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a people watcher and I'm a bird watcher. It's great to watch people grow. I don't take anything personal. I've been able to accept the role of the observer, right? And by accepting the role of the observer, it took me away from judgment and having a heavy heart. I used to take shit personal, bro. I used to take shit. I did not understand that it had nothing to do with me. I was taking shit personal. I can't do that anymore. When I accepted the role of the observer, right? Just watching the movie, life got a lot easier for me. Shit got a lot lighter for me. You know what I mean? I promise you, things got a lot lighter for me. I was able to navigate through the madness. I was able to navigate through the mud, through the muck and the mire. I was in it and not of it, right? I was taking shit personal. Shit that I saw on the fucking 2 train, on the 4 train in the Bronx. Shit that I saw in Harlem. I used to stand behind a table and whatnot, and I used to watch the atrocities just scroll by my eyeballs every day. And it used to bother me, bro. Niggas walking down the street with stilettos. These niggas was walking down the street with see-through Victoria fucking sheer garments on. Real talk. With heels on. And they got full beards. Saucy Santana ass niggas. I used to take shit personal. Like, how dare these niggas walk past us like this? They don't see the red, black, and green flag. These niggas need to cross the street. You know, all of that shit. Bruh. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm talking about? Because once I realized we was in the Kali Yuga, I was like, what the fuck would the Kali Yuga look like? And it looked exactly like the shit that I be seeing. You know what I mean? Niggas wearing they pants to their ankles with fucking dirty thermals on. That's the Kali Yuga. I'm observing you niggas. You know what I'm saying? So when you niggas pop out on TikTok like you conscious, like you the new master teacher, I just have to remind you, wasn't you the same nigga with the Old Navy thermals on in Harlem? That was you, fam. You was rollerblading with a fucking Speedo on. That was you, right? In the parade. I'm good. It's to each his own. You know what I mean? We don't smoke the same weed. We don't eat the same foods. We didn't come up the same way. We didn't even watch the same cartoons. Some of you niggas, your mama put you in front of Teletubby and just sat you there. You know what I mean? How can I judge you? And you came up with Teletubbies as your diet. You know what I'm talking about? You niggas was watching My Little Pony and whatnot. Like, I can't judge you. Care Bears. Niggas was collecting Care Bears. Like, we different. We not the same. So it's no judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because your childhood has a lot to do with who the fuck you are in these streets. Nah, you think I'm playing when I say rollerblades and Speedos. Niggas, the gay niggas in Harlem is brave and bold. I promise you. You ain't see it until you was out there. You know, if you from out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? These are Omar's outside in Harlem. Nigga, Omar from The Wire is outside in Harlem with rollerblades on, and he's daring you to say something. You know what I'm talking about? They got Omar's outside in Harlem. Real talk. Yeah, niggas grew up with a Teletubby diet. I grew up watching Thundercats, nigga, Thundercats, G.I. Joseph, nigga. I'm a G.I. Joseph baby. We different, you know what I'm saying? I was rooting for Destro and fucking Cobra Commander and the Baroness. We different. I was a villain. I was collecting the villains before the heroes. I'm different. Niggas grew up watching Care Bears and fucking Teletubbies and you know what I mean? Blues Clues and shit like that. Yeah, I grew up with Voltron. I mean, He-Man was kind of LBGT, but who's judging? You know what I'm saying? That nigga had a permanent fucking Speedo on the whole episode, but hey, you know? How do you feel about black on black crime? You mean niggas getting at each other? You know? How do I feel about it? I kind of played my hand in it when I was outside, so I don't feel no type of way. I think it's a part of survival. You know? Yeah, I was into Starscream. The nigga that was the fucking the tape recorder, sound. What is it? Sound. What's my nigga that was the tape recorder, the Decepticon? Who's the? I was riding for Megatron. I wasn't into Optimus Prime and the fucking the Dinobots, nigga. I was rooting for the villains. You know what I'm saying? I was rooting for the villains. You know? So we just different. Soundwave. They prepared us differently. I'm a 70s baby. They really, and I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying, take it up with the small hats who was behind. Going back to what I said about the fantasy industry. The fantasy industry shaped and molded a whole generation. Those cartoons that we used to watch before we watched Video Music Box, that had a lot to do with our personality development. I promise you, it did. Everybody that I knew was rooting for we identified with the anti-hero and the villains. Niggas couldn't come to school talking about, yo, Duke and Hawk from G.I. Joe. We was talking about Cobra Commander and how he got caught and what we would have did differently. That's how we was giving it up. Yeah, Rumble, Laserbeak, you know. I'm scared to watch cartoons these days. I'm not even of the Dragon Ball Z genre. I don't even watch. I never watched that shit. I'm not of that generation. You know what I mean? Goku and all of them. Salute to that movement. I'm not even of that generation. We come before that. You know what I'm saying? We come before that. We come fucking you know what I mean? Like I said, Voltron, He-Man, G.I. Joe, the 3 p.m. lineup after school. You know what I mean? X-Men cartoons, Spider-Man, Darkwing Duck, nigga, Buck Rogers, you know, all of that crazy shit. That's all us. Yeah, Thundercats was the shit. All day. Voltron, you feel me? All day. You know? And the way that they wrote those stories, you couldn't tell. It was hard to decide to pick between the good and the bad because the bad guys was lit. The niggas was super lit. You know? Yeah, I don't even know about Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, Smurfs. What up, Kia? I was with Gargamel. And I was with Gargamel. I was like, yo, save Smurfette from all of them niggas that she's around. Because this last time I checked, is one woman in a village with about 100 horny blue niggas. Like Gargamel was really trying to save Smurfette because I don't know what was going on at Smurf Village when the lights went out and they start eating those mushrooms and whatnot. Why didn't they have more women in there? Nobody asked that question. Why didn't they have more women? It's just Smurfette and a whole bunch of Smurfs. Yeah, that was dangerous. You know what I mean? She needed saving. She needed Gargamel to come and save her. You know what I'm talking about? So, man, you know, it is what it is. Text Summer to 470-660-4706. If y'all want to tap into what we got going on, KTL University is your one-stop shop. KTL as in Know the Ledge, university.com. That's where you'll be able to tap into what we got going on this weekend with AA Rashid. Kia, if you're in town, I'm gonna be in New York City this weekend with AA. He has MasterClass Saturday and Sunday. You know what I mean? I would love to see you pull up and whatnot, spread the word to the family in Connecticut. We're gonna be in New York because New York been asking, what y'all doing? You know, y'all out there in Atlanta, what's going on? Y'all abandoned us, everybody's leaving. Well, we coming back. We're gonna be in the town. You know, we're gonna be chopping it up with the family. We're gonna be doing a master class. And, you know, we are gonna be dedicating that to all of the people in NYC that need this information and this energy right now because it's Gotham City, you know what I mean? But it's still a beautiful city, you know what I mean? I'll never turn my back on my city. Oh, Sunday is your born day? Come on now. Yeah, treat yourself. That part. Definitely treat yourself. All right? So yeah, love and light, y'all. Peace.